Painting with Words. This tutorial is going to show you two great apps that will add words to art and create art from words. The first app we're going to look at is Word Photo app. This is a great one for adding words to images. Could be photos or artwork. In this example, I'm choosing a photo from my camera roll. You can then add a word set. The word set is separate words in each little box. These could be words that describe the artwork. Perhaps you're doing a self-portrait project and you want students to come up with 5 or 6 words that tell about themselves. In this example, I'm just typing different words that go along with the painting that I chose to use. You can use all caps. You can change, how you have the words. If you want to have 2 words put together, you can put them together with a hyphen or an underscore, space. There's different ways to go about that. The little dice button on the right-hand side is kind of a random picker. When you hit the dice button, it's going to select different words for you. And it'll just keep going through, and you can hit different ones. Preferably, I don't use that in my classroom, so you can just delete those. If you don't like a word, you hit the minus button and you delete it. Select that word set, and once you're done with that, then you can do some customizing. Hit Style at the bottom. There are a bunch of preset styles on there. They'll change the color, the font, and how it generally looks. So you can kind of play around with those and see if one of those might fit what you're wanting. If they don't fit, though, there is a way you can customize it even further. By choosing the Custom Styles button, you'll be able to go through and change a bunch of different things. Hit a new one, tap it to edit, and up comes lots of different choices. You can change the saturation of the color, the brightness, the contrast, the padding, highlights, lots of different things. So you can play around with those different features, get it to how you visually like the colors to look, and then you can change the font. There are lots of different fonts to choose from, so you want to choose one that'll go along with the artwork. You can change the saturation of the color that's behind it, slide it, change it around, and there's no right or wrong. You can always undo everything you did by sliding it back. You can even change the background color from a clear color to the image color, black or white. When you're done, you're just going to hit the X button, close out of that edit screen. You can also do some adjusting on the edges of the color threshold. So there's lots of different ways to play around with it. The Re-Render button will allow you to change things around, keeping all the customizations you did, but it'll change the words around. So every time you hit the Re-Render button, it'll do some changes, and when you get it the way you like it, that's when you want to stop. Be warned, students could go on for a very long time in this stage, so you might want to limit their time on this part. When you get it the way you want it, you're ready to hit the Share button. You want to save it to your photo library, and that's usually always where you want to save images. There are really a lot of great uses for Word Photo, especially combined with traditional artwork that the students have already done. So be sure to explore that one. The next app we're going to take a look at is Type Drawing app. Instead of adding words to art, this one creates art from words. When you first open it up, you have a blank canvas. You have your tools at the bottom, and you'll be able to select color, text, font, and some different things you can do down there. You have a choice of picking and sliding around to pick the color that you'd like to use, and you can change this as often as you like. Then when you hit the font button, you'll be able to choose the font you like, and in the text button, you'll be able to type your text. For this example, I'm just doing a simple little drawing. So I've typed the word sun, and I'm going to draw a sun in my canvas. And you can also change the size, the style. So there's lots of things you can play around with and change how you want it to be. It can be a random font, it could be a fixed size. So you just use the font and you draw around with it. Imagine students creating an artwork with the words. They can really get really involved in it. You can choose other colors, add to it, change words, change font. The painting can be done in totally different fonts throughout the whole thing. So there's a lot of customizing you can do to it. You may want to limit your students on the number of fonts they use. You could, tell them to use 5 different fonts or, no more than 6 different fonts. So there's lots of things that you can customize with this. You know your students, and so you know what they can handle. Along with customizing the fonts and the colors and things like that, you can also change the background color. So you can try out what your drawing would look like with different background colors. Simply bring that up and then change it, experiment. What would it look like with a black background or a pink background, purple background? The possibilities are endless. If you wanted to add to your picture some more, you want to choose a color you've already used, hold your finger down on it. You can pull the color back up and use the color picker that way, and then you can go back and do more drawing if you feel like you need to finish anything up. When your drawing is complete, then you will be ready to share it. Use the share button up the top. Save to photos, and you're done. Another great feature of the type drawing is you can import a photo and students can draw right over the photo. So you hit the import photo button, and then students can draw right on top of the image. Say they want to do a drawing of a butterfly. They could have a butterfly picture underneath and then start typing the words on the butterfly. You can also change the opacity of the photo underneath. So you can slide the slider at the bottom and it can become more transparent so that the words show up more than the photo. Or you can even remove the photo layer altogether after they've done their drawing. So type drawing allows students to make art from words.